Operating at W3OC net control for the 2 Amateur Radio Club net. Radio net meets every Monday here at 8 p.m. on a 146.73 megahertz WA3 PVD repeater for the Gateway FM Association. Membership in the 2 Rivers ARC is not required to check in this net as all radio amateur welcome. Like information about the 2 Rivers Amateur Radio Club, you can write to us at PO Box 225, Green Oak, PA, zip code 15047. PO Box 225, Green Oak, PA, zip code 15047. We're also on the Internet, World Wide Web, www.trarc.net, www.trarc.net. Radio Club meetings are held on the third Tuesday of every month, except July, August, and December, starting start at 7 p.m. Before I open this net for checking an emergency or priority traffic at this time. Does anyone have listened to Silent Keys in a radio amateur that recently passed away? Okay, I received information on this one by email several days ago. A local ham from the Latrobe area passed away. Let's see, his call was Whiskey Kilo 3 Mexico, WK3M. The name is William G. Armitage Jr. William G. Armitage Jr. WK3M is a silent key. So that will we're going to take a few moments for remembrance for Bill Armitage, W3OC. Thank you, W3OC net control for the 2 Rivers ARC net. Okay, I'll be taking some check-ins here in a moment. When you check in, if you'd like to check in, please give us your call sign, your name, spell out your call sign phonetically, your name, and if you have any announcements or comments for the net. Okay, at this time, I'm looking for stations. They're members of the 2 Rivers ARC Board of Directors. W3OC. W3OC, please recognize Kilo Bravo 3 Sugar Tango, Bravo Elizabeth Township. Evening Chuck, evening to the net, no traffic. W3OC, please recognize November 3 Juliet, Hotel, Bravo, Jim and McKeesport, currently on a portable. Good evening to everyone on the net, no traffic. W3OC, please copy Kilo Bravo 3, Uniform Whiskey Charlie, Stephen, Boston. Good evening, Chuck. All from the net. No other comments. W3OC, please recognize November 3, Golf Hotel Tango, Bill Jefferson Hills. Good evening, all. No traffic. W3OC, please copy Whiskey 3 Sierra Hotel Foxtrot, Steve and Pitcairn Heights. Good evening, Chuck, and everyone on the net. Okay, thank you. Got Kilo Bravo Sugar Tango, November 3, Juliet Hotel Bravo, Kilo Bravo 3, number 1 Whiskey Charlie, November 3 Golf Hotel Tango, Whiskey 2 Sierra Hotel Foxtrot. Are there any other members of the 2 Rivers ARC Board of Directors who can check in? And I heard, all right, non-local for stations that are operating mobile, portable, or outside of any kind for 2 Rivers net. W3OC, please copy Kilo Alpha 3, Yankee Golf Lima, Bruce in South Collinsville. November 3, this is Charlie Hotel Portable, Ricky up here in Knoxville. W3OC, here's Kilo Bravo 3, Victor
out here in Beaver County. Good evening, Chuck. Good evening to the net. Please copy Kilo Bravo 3, Oscar X-Ray Hotel, Bill Hancock County, West Virginia. W3OC.
Okay, hold on. I'll try using my phone.
Kilo Charlie
But
3,
no, it's
India Romeo Foxtrot
full
Bravo.
storage.
Portable, over.
Dang it.
Good evening.
Oh, alright, hold on. I can figure this out. Screw full storage.
W3OC, WA3PDN, the portable in West Bethlehem. W3OC.
Dang it. Oh, I can...
This is Whiskey, Uniform 3 Uniform, Kurt Portable and Elizabeth, no traffic. W3OC. Whiskey, Alpha 3, Bravo, Oscar, Juliet. Ted Portable, Squirrel Hill, good evening to you, Chuck, good evening to Matt, no traffic.
W3OC. Recognize Whiskey America 3, Alpha Hotel Charlie, Antonio Pittsburgh, good evening.
Okay, thank you. Whiskey 3 Oscar Charlie. I got Kilo Alpha 3 Yankee Golf Limo, November 3 Zulu Charlie Hotel Portable, Kilo Bravo 3 Victor Sierra Papa, Kilo Bravo 3 Oscar X-Ray Hotel, Kilo Bravo 3 Oscar X-Ray Hotel, Kilo Charlie 3 Radio Foxtrot Portable, Kilo Bravo 3 Yankees in November Portable, Whiskey America 3 Papa Bravo Delta Portable, Whiskey Uniform 3 Uniform Portable, Whiskey America 3 Bravo Oscar Japan Portable, and Whiskey America 3 Alpha Hotel Charlie.
Let's go.
Anybody else? Mobile portable or outside of Allegheny County?
Control, please recognize Alpha Delta 3, Alpha Alpha Lee in Oakland, Portable. W3OC. This is Kilo Alpha 3, Kilo Sierra Papa for a recheck.
Okay, I got Alpha Delta 3 Alpha Alpha Portable and Kilo Alpha 3 Kilo Sugar Papa. Anybody else? Mobile portable or outside of Allegheny County?
W3OC. Here's Kilo Bravo 3, Delta Victor Delta Adolf from Irwin, Westmoreland County. Good evening, Chuck. It was better on the net. No further comments.
Okay, Kilo Bravo 3 Delta Victor Delta. Okay, now we'll open up for general check-in. Anyone else that would like to check in? This is a call now.
W3OC. This is November 3, Papa 2 Uniform. Chuck in the South Hills Road, Chuck and everyone on the net. W3OC. W3OC, please copy. Kilo Charlie 3, November Foxtrot. Mike and Scott Townsend. Good evening, Scott, everyone on the net.
W3OC. Please copy Kilo Alpha 3 Tango Foxtrot Bravo. That's KA3TFB. Bill and Warrendale. Good evening, all. No traffic, please.
W3OC. Recognize November 3 Tango Alpha Uniform and 3TAU Norman Penn, Westmoreland County. Good evening, Chuck. No traffic.
W3OC. Here's Kilo 3 Hotel India Romeo, Merle and Elizabeth Doctor. Good evening, Chuck. Good evening to the net. No comment.
W3OC.
This is W3 Sierra, Yankee Radio, Bob and White Oak. Good evening, Charlie. Good evening to all on the net. No comment.
W3OC. W3OC, please copy. Kilo Charlie 3 India Romeo Golf. This is Ed in the Keysport. Good evening, Chuck, and everyone on the net. No comments.
Okay, thank you. At that time, I got November 3 Pop interior uniform, Kilo Charlie 3 November Pop, Kilo Alpha 3 Tango Fox Bravo, November 3 Tango Alpha uniform, Kilo 3 Hotel India Radio, Whiskey 3 Sierra Yankee Radio, and Kilo Charlie 3 India Radio Golf. Anybody else?
Alpha 3 Echo Romeo Tango.
Okay, Whiskey America 3 Echo Radio Tango. Anybody else? Okay, thank you all. I'll take a stop there. And, thank you all for taking the time to check in this evening. See, I do have a news line transmission keyed up on the computer to play here in 2 minutes, and some general information on various activities in and around the area, and a bit of a hopefully to amateur radio operators. Regarding Two Rivers activities, we have a Wednesday night gap net. It meets at 8 p.m. on the link repeaters 147.12, 442.25 megahertz. You get a chance to come over and join the group over there. That's on Wednesday evenings at 8 o'clock. Let's see. The Handfest prize winner list has been posted on the internet up on our website, www.trarc.net. Hopefully many of you have had a chance to look at that. I thank everybody who did attend the Handfest for spiritually helped us with that stuff too. It's a fun event and consider it all in all. Okay. Let's see what I got here. Radio Club has the Tamsin X breakfast that's held on the second Saturday of every month at 9 a.m. at Dice Cornerstone Diner. That's located at 620 Long Run Road in McKeesport, Pennsylvania. It's actually very close to it's in the entrance to the Olympia Shopping Center, which is actually sort of White Oak, PA. Okay, looking at other events and things coming up might be of some interest. Let's see. May 2nd, Uniontown ARC Group has an exam session at their clubhouse in Uniontown, PA. May the 8th, North Hills ARC has an exam session in Glenshaw, PA. May 7th and May 8th is the Armed Forces Day Crossband Radio Test. Information on that is on the ARL's website, www.arl.org. That's a very nice affair. That's on the HF bands where military stations operate amateur radio operators. They're on military frequencies, outside amateur bands, and I talk to amateurs on enhanced frequencies. That's May 7th to May 8th. Okay, recently announced that May 21st through the 23rd is an online date and ham convention. I don't have a lot of information on that, but I just see we just announced it. That's all. Okay, May 29th and 30th is the Westmoreland County Air Show at Arnold Palmer Airport in Latrobe, PA. Yes, Latrobe. Ham operators are needed for that. You have to pre-register. The contact person is Kilo Echo 3 Papa and Oscar. Take a look on their website, www.whiskeycharlie3papasugar, WC3BS.org for more information on that. Okay, also recently announced, July the 3rd, the Firecracker Hamfest in Harrisburg is also going to be the ARL Pennsylvania State Convention. That's where the ARL Western Pennsylvania and the Eastern Pennsylvania sections got together to be part of a Hamfest. And this year it's going to be at the Firecracker Hamfest in Harrisburg. July 24th and 25th, the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix. That's an ARS activity. They need operators then usually, and the ham contact message. Also, just recently, information on Hempfest, July 31st, is the Cumberland Valley Amateur Reading Club Hempfest in St. Thomas Bay. That's south of Harrison, near the border with Maryland. There, it's in the Cumberland Valley. More information is on our website, www.whiskeycreekalpacharliehotel.org, www.w3ach.org. They want to schedule August 7th. CX Engineering has announced the Hempfest at their business thing at Summit Racing over there in Talmadge, Ohio. I don't have any more information on it other than its scheduled date. August 14th, Uniontown ARC has their Gap Fest at their club grounds in Uniontown, PA. August 29th, Skyview Radio Society has their Swap and Shop at their club grounds in the Kensington Division. All these Hempfests they're not all preliminary, but they're being worked on. So you can keep a look on their website to get more information. We're glad to provide that. So that's what I kind of got. Anybody need any repeats or anything ever? W3OC. Okay, all right. Well, let's get the news line up tonight. So listening to it with open ears with W3OC.
Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2269 with a release date of Friday, April 23rd, 2021 to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is the QSC. History is made with the first flight on Mars. Youth Ham Radio Camp is postponed again in Region 1. And the Super Sleuth Ham helps rescue a stranded hiker. All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2269 comes your way right now. From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's first independent on-the-air news and bulletin service. Now reporting from Charleston, West Virginia, here's Jim Damron in a TNW. We begin this week with the greatest moment not on Earth, but on Mars. The American aviation pioneers Wilbur and Orville Wright would be proud that the spirit of their 1903 achievement lives on 173 million miles away on Mars. Paul Brown, WD9TCO, brings us that story.
It only lasted a minute, but it was the moment of many lifetimes. Ingenuity, the drone aboard NASA's Perseverance Mars rover, took to the air on Monday, April 19th, marking the first powered and controlled flight of an aircraft on another planet. With Mars's freezing temperatures, plus an atmospheric density that is 1% of Earth's, and a gravity that is 1/3 of Earth's, the challenge of achieving liftoff was different from what the Wright brothers faced in 1903 with their pioneering flight here on Earth. In fact, a tiny portion of the original Wright flyer was on board Ingenuity. Scientists at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California were hailing the pioneering flight as a Wright brothers moment on Mars. The little drone achieved a height of about 3 meters during the 40-second flight. Data was sent back to Earth via the Mars rover. There will be other flights expected to be farther and at greater heights. NASA announced that this newest of all airfields on the Red Planet would be named Wright Brothers Field. Following the flight, the International Civil Aviation Organization, an agency of the UN, gave NASA and the Federal Aviation Administration an official designator of IGY, call sign Ingenuity. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Paul Brown, WD9TCO.
Young amateurs in IARU Region 1 are going to have to wait another year to attend Ham Radio Camp. Ed Durant, DD5LB, brings us up to date.
Concerns over the COVID-19 pandemic have postponed the youth summer camp planned for this summer by the Youth Working Group in IARU Region 1. In making the announcement, Philip, DK6SP, and Marcus, DL8GM, the group's chair and vice chair respectively, said that the organizers' intention is to reschedule the camp for the summer of 2022. This is the second pandemic pandemic-related postponement for the camp, which was being held with support from the Croatian Amateur Radio Society. In place of in-person events, Youngsters on the Air in Region 1 has been hosting a number of online workshops. Meanwhile, in IARU Region 2, planners have said they are still optimistic that they will be able to hold the first Youth on the Air camp for young amateurs in North, Central and South America this summer and will be providing a COVID regulations compliant environment. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Ed Durant, DD5LT.
As Newsline went to production, we also learned that the IARU Region 1 Yoga Sub-Regional Camp in Hungary was also being postponed. The Hungarian Amateur Radio Society made the decision based on Region 1's COVID-19 event cancellation policy. If you're constantly battling noise in the environment in your attempts to get on the air, this next story from Kent Peterson, KC0DGY, might just show some promise.
Researchers in the U.S. who have been working with atom-based sensors and receivers say their work holds potential for weeding out environmental noise and other radio interference. Scientists at the National Institute of Standards and Technology see the sensor as a vital component because of its ability to measure what they call the angle of arrival of a wireless signal, a capability they believe will have a positive impact on the transmission for radar, 5G, and other modes. According to an article in phys.org, the system is able to take incoming signals and convert them into different frequencies. After measuring the separate electromagnetic waves' frequencies and their phase, that is, the position of the waves relative to each other, the system can determine where the signal is coming from. The scientists say that's necessary in order to differentiate real communications from interfering signals. According to the phys.org article, atom-based receivers and antennas have added benefits. They can be a great deal smaller than their traditional counterparts, and by making use of atoms to do the main work, they have no need for more conventional forms of electronics to do signal conversion. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Kent Peterson, KC0DGY.
A California amateur has used his skills to help in the rescue of a missing hiker, as we hear from Mike Askins, KE5CXB.
The Los Angeles Times is calling Ben Huo, AI6YR, a tech-savvy Good Samaritan, and a GPS sleuth. Ben, whose ham radio activities have proven especially critical during California's wildfires, recently used his skills to assist in another emergency. Los Angeles County officials were frantically searching for a hiker who'd gone missing on a peak in California's Angeles National Forest on Monday, April 12th. Ben's only clue was a photo the sheriff's office had posted on its social media account. The hiker's photo of his legs atop a rocky cliff. Ben, who knows the area as a hiker and SOTA activator, realized he might be able to match the terrain of the hiker's photo by using publicly available satellite imagery. According to the Times story, when he thought he'd found a close enough match, Ben sent authorities the GPS coordinates. The location was close enough. Using the coordinates, a rescue team picked up the hiker the next day, just as temperatures were set to plummet to below freezing levels. The hiker was in a remote, almost inaccessible area about 3/4 of a mile away from the spot that Ben had pinpointed. Ben told Newsline he's grateful he could call upon his experience as a hiker and SOTA activator, both of which keep his map and navigation skills sharp. In fact, he said the hiker was found not far from SOTA Summit W6CT064 East Twin Peaks. According to news reports, the hiker was airlifted to safety by a search and rescue team and did not require hospitalization. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Mike Askins, KE5CXB.
Solar-powered emergency radios are being made available to some hams in coastal Oregon thanks to the local utility. Christian Kupnik, K0SCH, brings us those details.
The sun is shining in more ways than one for the members of the Emergency Volunteer Corps of Nehalem Bay in Oregon. The local electric utility has given them a $5,000 grant to help them buy ham radio base stations that run on solar power. A GoBox has already been designed to serve as a solar-powered station with a 25-watt radio, antenna, battery, solar panel, and other equipment, enabling emails to be transmitted over the air. The Volunteer Corps plans to set up the station up around the northern part of Tillamook County as part of their long-range plan to help bolster the coastal region's resilience following any major calamity. This is included in an overall communications plan that incorporates general mobile radio service, as well as amateur radio. According to an article on the Tillamook County Pioneer website, the region has more than 100 amateur radio operators and 400 more residents using TMRS. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Christian Kudnick, K0SPH.
Is changing frequencies a good thing? Well, hams do it all the time. And now a mysterious transmission in space known as an FRB or fast radio burst has been found to be engaging in that practice too. Jeremy Booth, T4NJH, has more.
Researchers have made a discovery they say changes the shape of their search for the source of FRBs, fast radio bursts, detected in space that appear to come from, well, nobody quite knows. Scientists in McGill University Physics Department have detected bursts down to 110 megahertz, a good deal lower in frequency than the previously detected 300 megahertz. Writing in the astrophysical journal Letters, the researchers write that this new discovery has led them to think differently about where the bursts are coming from. Using radio telescopes in British Columbia and the Netherlands, the team detected the significantly lower frequencies and a constant delay of about 3 days between detection of the higher and the lower frequencies. They're still hot on the trail of the source of the burst, but say that the ability to detect 110 megahertz transmissions brings them much closer to understanding things, especially one burst that was first detected in 2018 and is relatively close to Earth. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jeremy Booth, G4NJH.
Time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, including the M2JDW repeater in New York City on Monday at 8 p.m. local time.
W306.
You have until May 31st to nominate a talented young radio amateur for the Bill Pasternak WA6ITF Memorial Amateur Radio Newsline Young Ham of the Year Award. Think of a young amateur whose commitment to community and whose enthusiasm for radio has inspired you and others, and submit their names. Nominees must be 18 or younger, living in the United States, its possessions, or any Canadian province. Downloadable nomination forms are due no later than May 31st and can be found on our website, arnewsline.org. One of the best ways to get hams on the same band in the same mode at the same time is to organize an event. Sunday, April 25th is the date for Light Up 2 Liters Night, a very local event for participating hams who are encouraged to get on the air using 2-meter simplex from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. local time. The event is the creation of Joseph Durnall, NE3R, who stresses this isn't a contest, just an operating activity to bring hams together and explore the possibilities of operating simplex. The primary operating frequency will be 146.52 megahertz, but other simplex frequencies may also be available in different locations. 15 years of sending CW with a straight key is no small achievement. Randy Sly, W4XJ, is here to tell us how one group has been making every contact a celebration for all those years.
The Straight Key Century Club is celebrating its 15th anniversary. It all began with a simple post in the QRZ.com forum about the ARRL Straight Key Night after it ended in 2006. Tom Peterson, KC9ECI, wanted to see the event extended. He wrote, "Do it the first of each month. Start your own SKCC club. 100 cues with a straight key in a year gets a certificate. The heck with it. I'm officially starting the SKCC club." Since that day, the club has grown to over 24,000 members who are taking to the airwaves with straight keys, side swipers, and semi-automatic keys. Tom told Newsline that he never thought the club would get this big. In fact, he's amazed. He said, "The success of the SKCC has less to do with me and everything to do with a great bunch of operators who were willing to step up. I just provided the spark of an idea." Members can work toward awards and participate in many activities, including a monthly spreadathon. The May Spreadathon, which starts at 1200 Zulu on May 8th, offers bonus points for a contact made with any member who joined during the first year. those with a number lower than 2545. For more information and to register for a free membership, visit skccgroup.com. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Randy Sly, W4XJ, SKCC number 616S.
Recognizing that amateur radio isn't an activity we engage in alone, the National Amateur Radio Society in Switzerland is asking members to take things one step further. They want seasoned hams to consider mentoring newcomers. Jeremy Booth, G4NJH, has that story.
The USKA, the Swiss National Amateur Radio Society, has put out a call to its members asking them to consider offering encouragement, support and expertise to new and prospective amateurs. The National Society is in the process of putting together a mentoring system and hopes hams will offer their time and commitment to meet newcomers either virtually or in person. Their responsibilities will include helping to answer questions on either the Ofcom HB3 novice license or the HB9 CPT Class 1 certificate. Other mentors are being asked to serve as instructors, provide advice for participation in contests and other events, as well as demonstrating certain basic skills. Philly, HB9 AMC, who coordinates youth training for the society, said, "The activity is fully worthy of the ethos of amateur radio." For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jeremy Booth, G4NJH.
Was there ever a ham radio operator who did not want to be heard? Well, one amateur in Maryland is giving hams around the world an opportunity for just that, even without the benefit of a rig, an antenna, or a linear amp. Jim, K3MRI, has launched a new effort called Ham Census, which he said is inspired by the newest licensees who've entered the worldwide community. The census presents questions about the future of amateur radio, personal views on regulation, operating preferences, gear, and organization. The 6-part census takes about 40 to 45 minutes to complete and is available online at hamcensus.org. There is no cutoff date for responses. Jim said results are available to all respondents in the hope that a better-informed amateur community can more effectively influence laws, practices, and the future of amateur radio in general. Organizers of a virtual space symposium taking place this summer are looking for presentations on amateur satellites, space weather, and related topics. Jason Daniels, VK2LAW, tells us how you can share your knowledge.
If you have expertise on space weather, amateur satellites, or weak signal communication, AMSAT SA and the South African Radio League are interested in hearing from you. They're looking for papers on these subjects and related topics for presentation at this year's Space Symposium, being presented virtually on Saturday the 10th of July. Interested presenters are being asked to submit their proposals no later than the 15th of May, preferably in Word document format. These papers can be emailed to admin@amsatsa.org.za. Authors of these presentations being chosen will be notified on the 20th of May, and the final versions of the papers are due by the 30th of June. The symposium's theme is Unlocking Amateur Space Technology. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jason Daniels, VK2LAW.
In the world of DX, listen for John, W2GD, who will be active as P40W between May 25th and June 1st from Aruba, focusing on 30, 17, and 12 meters. He'll also be on 160 meters, mostly on CW. Listen for him during the CQ Worldwide WBX-CW contest being held May 29th through May 30th, where he'll use the call sign P44W. USL using LOTW or N2MM. If you want to work Indonesia, listen for Hans, YB2DX, during the CQ WWWBX-CW contest in May. Since USL using Logbook of the World or direct to his home call sign. Our final story is about a vanishing fraternity. Two brothers in India whose love of repairing old radios is endless, but whose way of earning a living is sadly finite. In fact, if the brothers who run the family's radio repair shop in Hyderabad, India, were amateur radio operators, they might have earned the nickname the Home Brew Brothers. Their business has operated in the heart of town since 1948. The brothers spend their time repairing and reselling radios. They learned the art from their father, who first learned about it in the 1920s and founded the business. Boogie Booten is now 82 years old, and his younger brother, Murray Newton, is now 71. The business is called the Move Radio Service, and according to an article on the Arab News website, it's the last radio repair shop in the southern Indian state of Telangana. The shelves inside contain a who's who of much-loved brands: Marconi, Philips, Johnson, GEC, and Telephone. The oldest radio set is a 100-year-old Murphy. In here, the brothers do things the old-fashioned way. They fix things by replacing damaged parts. They told the news website that newer radios with their advanced technology don't necessarily even offer that option. There's one more option that's also unavailable to the brothers: passing their radio business on to the next generation. None of their children know how to fix radios and aren't interested anyway. Said one of the brothers, the business will end goodbye. With thanks to Amateur News Weekly, AMSAT, Arab News, CARRL, CQ Magazine, David Bihar, K7DB, hamcommunity.org, the Japan Amateur Radio League, Joseph Durnall, NE3R, NASA, Ohio Penn DX Newsletter, PHYS.org, QRZ.com, Straight Key Century Club, Southgate Amateur Radio News, ShortwaveRadio.de, Ted Randall's QSO Radio Show, Tillamook County Pioneers, WDWW Shortwave, and you, our listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. Send emails to our address at newsline@arnewsline.org. More information available at Amateur Radio Newsline's only official website at arnewsline.org. For now, with Karen E. Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Jim Danton, N8TMW in Charleston, West Virginia, saying 73. And as always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2021, all rights reserved.
Good evening, 8:38 p.m.
Okay, it's W3OC Net Control for the two relay RC that concludes this week's Newsline transmission. I don't have any more announcements or anything at the moment, so we'll take a check-in. Anyone else like to check it hasn't done so, call now.
W3OC. This is Kilo Bravo 3, Lima November Charlie Mobile. Good evening, everybody. No traffic.
W3OC, KB3DVD with recheck. I have a little announcement.
Okay, KB3LNC Mobile and KB3DVD with an announcement. Anybody else wishing to check in?
W3OC, this is Kilo Charlie 3, Kilo Papa Romeo, no traffic.
Okay, Kilo Charlie 3, Kilo Papa Radio. Anybody else? Okay, Kilo Bravo 3, Delta Victor Delta, please go with your announcement.
Yeah, Chuck, I just wondered if you remember, as I was listening to you when you were transmitting all the different events, I don't remember if I heard you say that JWL Field Day is this year, Saturday and Sunday, June 26th and June 27th. So just a reminder. Like I said, I don't remember if I heard you give out that announcement. W3OC, KB3DVD, back to the truck.
Okay, Roger, thank you, KB3DVD from W3OC. No, I hadn't mentioned that, okay? I'll put that on my list, thank you. Okay, anybody else wishing to check in or have any comments or anything? members, anybody else, don't forget we have a Wednesday night cabinet that starts at 8 p.m. on the link repeater systems, 147.12, 442, 250 megahertz. So, with that, I should have started checking. With that, we're going to try to repeat it back to General Amadeus. Thanks, everybody. Everybody have a good week. Good luck. It's W3OC, also known as W3ON. Good night.